Hi everyone, it's Megan with Above Ruby Studio. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Tuesday tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you a scrapbook layout, basically focalizing this particular picture. This picture was taken after I got back from a trip and I was away from my family for a couple days, and we went out for breakfast the next morning, and this picture really just captured a moment for me, and I just really wanted to scrapbook it. It was taken with my camera phone. It wasn't even taken with a good camera, so it's kind of dark and it's not totally in focus, but it just really means something to me. So I wanted to show you scrapbooking it step by step. I'm going to be using some paper from Sassafras Lass, the amplified paper pad, and I've picked a couple pages out that I think I'm going to use. Okay, so I'm at my Cricut now, and I have my Cherry Limeade Cricut Light cartridge loaded in from Walmart, and I'm going to be using the font from this because it's kind of cheery and fun, and we can get a couple different effects out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load in my paper. We're going to be using the mix and match function, which is pretty cool. I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to load in our paper. I have a whole bunch of patterns and everything on here. And what we're going to do is cut out the words saying my life, my all. And I'm going to be doing it a couple different ways. I want this, actually it's the lowercase m, but it's a little bit more frilly, I guess you could say, and I want that to be pretty big. So I'm going to turn on my real dial size because I want the actual height to be from the highest point to the lowest point, and I don't want it to be in proportionate to the upper and lowercase letters. So that's what we're going to use real dial size for. We're going to also use the mix and match because we're going to do some with the shadow function, and we're going to do some just by itself. So we're going to start by starting at 3 1/4 inches on this yellow piece of paper here, and we're going to go ahead and press the M. Okay, make sure it's the M that we want. And it is. It's the lowercase m, so we didn't need to press shift. And then I'm also going to go ahead, and while it's still at 3 1/4 inches, I'm going to press the A, okay? But for the A, I want it to be on the shadow. So I'm going to press that shadow button while we're on the mix and match. Okay, now you can see while we're on mix and match that the font shadow for the A is on. We're going to scroll over using the arrows on the M, and the font shadow is off. Okay, so that's what you use your mix and match for. We're on 3 1/4 inches. We have the real dial size on because we want the height to be from top to bottom 3 1/4 inches. And we'll press cut right on this yellow. Okay, so that's finished cutting. And now I want to cut out an L on this red piece. And I'm just going to do the lowercase L. So I'm just going to scroll over. I'm going to change my size. I'm going to leave real dial size on because I want it to be 2 1/2 inches from top to low. And I'm just going to do 1 L. No, I'll do 2. Should I do 2? I'll do 1. And I'll do an F. And I'm going to do a lowercase f. And I still have mix and match on. And you know what? We can go ahead. We're going to scroll back over to this L here. And we're going to turn on our font to make it the shadow of the font. So now it's thicker, and then the F is lower. Okay? So now it's on 2 1/2 inches. Hope I'm not confusing anybody, but I'm just kind of mixing and matching everything right without doing a whole ton of extra work. All right, now we're going to scroll over here to my blue, and I want to do an uppercase E, and I want it to be 2 3/4 inches. So I'm going to press Shift and E. I can turn my mix and match off. I don't really need that. And I'm turning my pressure up to max for this. All right, line return. I'm going to scroll over to this piece of paper here, my pattern piece, and I am going to actually press my set paper size. I'm going to go ahead and press fit to page, and I'm going to see how big that makes it for my capital L. Let's see, it'll make it 4 1/4 inches, so that's perfect. So we're just going to press OK and cut, and it's going to cut that real quick for me at 4 1/4. Okay, now I want to do my lowercase y. I'm going to turn fit to page off. I'm going to hit my Y, and I'm also going to turn on my shadow for this because I want a thicker Y. And we'll go down to 2 inches. And we're going to come up here to this yellow. And I'm going to press Shift and the Y again, and I'm going to do the uppercase Y. And we'll leave that one to go on 2 1/4. Whoops. I forgot I had my set paper size on. We have to reset the paper size. Okay. Repeat last. Y. And I'm going to do a lowercase e at 2 1/2. We're going to press Shift M. We're going to get this other M here. We'll leave it 2 3/4. Okay, so not to confuse anybody, after I cut a few out, I decided I didn't quite like how they worked together. So I went back and I recut out a few more letters, used the same techniques, but I didn't want to waste any more time showing you cutting out letters, but I just wanted to tell you so I didn't confuse anyone. Sometimes you just get an idea in your head and you can't quite break away from it, and that's the beauty of crafting and the beauty of the Cricut is you can go back and recut out letters, and the ones that I did cut out I can reuse on another project later. They don't go to waste. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to be cutting this, it's almost like a journal block out, and I'm going to use that as an element on my page. I'm going to be using this page here as my base. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this page or not. We'll get back to that. But I know I want to mat it with this and with this. And my picture is not, it's a little bit of a different size. It is just under 5.5 by 4. It's that true digital size. I don't know if you've ever seen that. I get some of my pictures printed at Walmart and they do a true digital size photo. And it's not quite standard, so that's what that is. So we're going to go ahead and just make this a little bit bigger than 5.5. We'll make it 4 1/4. And then we'll do this 6 by 4 3/4. It fits on there great. So we'll just, I'm going to ATG down. All right, now we're just going to start laying everything out right on our page, kind of deciding where we want what to go. Okay, and I really wanted to use this as partial journaling and partial anchoring for the photo. So I think I'm going to stick this underneath and it's going to go under life. I have some sunny summer sunrise dotted satin ribbon from Paper Tray Ink, and I'm going to use that at the top of my page, and I'm going to do a little bit of a folded technique. I'm going to start by angling my ribbon, cut a straight across angle there, straight across angle, that makes sense. So I'm going to cut an angle across my ribbon, and I'm going to grab a glue runner, and what we're going to do is put a little glue right up there at the top, and I'm going to glue it down. All right, and now I'm going to place glue right on top of my ribbon, and I'm going to do a little bit of a pleated, faux pleated look here. So we'll just do a little bit of gluing and a little bit of folding. I'm going to finish it by wrapping the ribbon all the way around the back of the page as well. We'll cut a little bit extra, and then we're going to flip the page over and use some regular old Scotch tape to tape it down. And I have some white vinyl thickers, and I'm just going to use some of the elements from there. All right, so we used 2 of the brackets and we used 2 of the little asterisk stars. I'm grabbing my Sunny Yellow Pearl pen again. Can't help myself. I just can't help it. All right, and there is my page of a very fun, special day for me. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got something out of it and learned how to use your mix and match and just had some fun with pleating ribbon, and just very simple, but still something that can say a lot. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will be seeing you again next week. Bye.